Namaskar and welcome to the Cambridge Core Group podcast. I am Soumya.
And I am Rupashi. Soumya, I really wanted to ask you this since CCGS has been going through a lot of buzz. We have MUNs and so many events coming up. So I wanted to ask you, how had Youth Parliament fared for you?
Oh my god. Okay, so for our audience, me and Rupashi, along with a team from our respective schools, got the opportunity to participate in a youth parliament which had one of its sessions in the Rajasthan Vidhan Sabha. Now, I was one of the lucky speakers who got the opportunity to speak there, and the agenda was on coaching institutes and how they affect the lives of students. And the people judging us, one of them was the MLA from Kota itself. So we had an opportunity to present the struggles of the students and what they face in everyday life in Parliament House.
And then I still remember you speaking in the Vidhan Sabha, and you had raised that question after a lot of speakers that why do we have coaching institutes in such fashion? And I was like, I have a coaching at 4 and I relate strongly to that. Someone should be talking about this, and that is the beauty of Youth Parliament. We were talking about actually things that matter to all of us. So there I heard a lot of speakers. They were talking about the motions, they were talking about the sections of the constitution, but it was not that fun. And then a certain speakers come and they started talking about music, they brought in taglines, and it became so interesting so early. I mean, you must have saw that. And I came prepared with a speech that was very fixed. But then when I saw everyone doing those things, I added last minute taglines, and that's something we specialize in, last minute changes that make everything worth it. That is, why this cola very di, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, those were all last minute changes.
I mean, this session, I'll be honest, I was not a speaker in the right to education motion, and everybody was basically sleeping for most of the session. The people who were not speaking, of course. And then Rupashi comes on stage and starts with, why this cola varedi? And the way every single person woke up, it was truly entertaining to watch. Honestly, great speech. And the beauty of the parliament as a humanities student, that you are too, was that we read about these parliamentary proceedings in our books. And Cambridge Court, we get such a practical knowledge that when we were sitting in the Vidhan Sabha, it felt like, my textbook come to real life, because those were things I was not surprised by. Rather, I was excited by them. I had fellow participants who were very nervous about what if I say something wrong, what if I don't follow the procedure. But I had that knowledge through my curriculum itself, that I knew exactly what to do and how to speak. And that is one of those things. And you talked about spontaneity, right? And again, it's one of those things our mentors have inculcated in us so properly, the fact that we could make changes at the very last moment and it would still look flawless.
Even judges were talking about the same, that we were so factual, we were so on point on the topic, and all of us, even the whole youth parliament in itself, was following the code of conduct so strictly that not even a single time did the speaker have to do something to make us remember the code of conduct.
And it was appreciated, I believe, in very renowned newspapers. Rajasthan Patrika appreciated that. The simple fact that as young parliamentarians, we realize that every topic has two sides.
And then you hear सरकारें आएंगी, जाएंगी, पार्टियां बनेंगी, बिगड़ेंगी, पर ये देश रहना चाहिए. So that national spirit we have, nation comes first. That spirit still is the culture of the parliament, and that is a lovely thing. Don't you think so?
Oh, I remember that quote by Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, and people like him, people like Sushma Swaraj, who with the way of speaking, with the things that they spoke, kept the spirit of parliament alive for generations to come. Even though today they are not here with us, but still their words, the way they shook the parliament, stays with us forever, right? And I remember you telling me earlier how you were hoping for AIPPM in the MUN,
Yes.
right?
So I have become a political geek recently, and I was hoping to get into AIPPM, All India Political Parties Meet. So Soumya, see you there.
And for our audience, Cambridge Court Group is organizing an MUN on the 9th and 10th of November, hosted here at Cambridge Court World School. And basically, an MUN is a model United Nations conference where we have separate committees and people get to discuss on different controversial agendas. We have 7 committees this time, 4 of them being UN committees, All India Political Parties Meet, International Press and IPL Auction.
And I tell you, Soumya, I'm so excited about the debates. There's so much coming up. You can take part in delegation, there is diplomacy, and this is where you get the opportunity to participate.
Socials.
Yeah, yes. And this is the opportunity where you get to participate in proper debates.
And food.
Yes, and you get to learn a lot about diplomacy, you get to learn a lot about delegation, you get to know how it actually works. Like we have read about the United Nations.
And IPL auction.
Yes, RCB, Isala Cup Namde.
I like her sense of humor.
Okay, so debates in general, they teach us a lot and they give us a lot of exposure. So Soumya, you were there with us in Karjat, right? How was your experience?
Okay, so I remember me and Rupashi with our respective teams went to an international debate competition hosted by a university in Karjat, Maharashtra. And the specialty of this event was the spontaneity of it all. The fact that you had, 1 day or 1 hour even for certain speeches to be prepared. And the confidence our teachers had in us.
And then we had no mobile phones, no internet, just us and the mountains. And now please debate.
And for the semi-finals, we had exactly 1 hour with no devices, no internet, as she said, the mountains, to keep us company, and 8-minute speeches to prepare. And that is when we got a call from our beloved director, Miss Lata Rawat ma'am. And it was a moment where all of us were losing our minds as to how will we prepare the script, how will we, participate even in this round. And the simple confidence that she had in us, the ability to say, you're prepared for this competition, you're great debaters, then why can't you do this? And that gave us so much confidence, and it was so needed at that moment.
And then I still remember, Soumya, that we were all so emotional after that and so triumphant after that. It was the classic Chak De India moment for us. And that really drove us on to win the competition. And even after winning the competition, when we came back to our homes, we had a conversation with our families, our mentors, and the teachers. We expected them to be all in awe and all surprised. Ki, wow, they have won the competition. And then we meet them, they're like, congratulations. We expected that you would win. That simple faith they all have in us, that drives us all and makes it all worth it.
And it is common for any competition that you go to. It's Cambridge Code culture to maintain that integrity, that confidence from the beginning of the preparation for a competition to the end of the result. It does not matter if you have won or you have lost. All that matters is that you have tried.
Yes.
And at Cambridge Code, we always try our best. And with that, let's bring this episode to a conclusion. Remember how we were talking about CGT-MUN? Well, the registration links are out now for both in-house and out-house delegates. In fact, the executive board and the campus ambassador applications are out as well. So see you there. Bye.
Bye.